Good morning, everybody.
Morning.
And selamat pagi to our friends from Indonesia. And we're glad to see all of you here and Team Singapore. And also the team from the rest of the parts of Asia. We've got teams from Malaysia, Guam, Japan, right? So we also welcome them for this opening, although they are online. And that's the wonder of technology. We don't have to be in one place, right? We can be anywhere in the world. We can still get connected, okay? So this morning, the mission control for the ASEC 2013 is at the Singapore Science Centre, right? And that's where mission control will be for the next 2 days. And what I want to do now is to give you a moment of safety so that you know in case of fire. We don't really have earthquake here, so I will not mention earthquake, but fire. In case of fire, the exit is here, clearly marked. Okay? In case of fire, go straight and then turn left, get out to the main door, and assemble at the car park, right? And wait for further instructions. The toilets are here. There are 2 toilets here, and also there are toilets across the hall there, past the cafe. All right. So that's where you may want to go if you need to have a biological break. Okay. Now, the session will be for 24 hours, which means that the Singapore Science Centre will be open for 24 hours from now until tomorrow morning. So there are certain security measures that need to be taken. One of those would be make sure that you have the badge, because if you don't have a badge, you cannot go into the Singapore Science Centre. Right? So Shobi will go back to the hotel, bring the badge for you. Otherwise, you will not be able to get in and move around the Singapore Science Centre. So at any time, you don't have to wear the t-shirt, you can wear the badge. That would be quite sufficient, right? Correct, Lensun? Okay. Now, and also, I would like to also thank the Science Centre, especially the Omni Theatre. They have tickets for you, free tickets, to watch the IMAX show at 6 o'clock, right? So, you know, while you're working very hard, you can take a break and spend about 45 minutes to an hour. It's just around the corner and relax and then continue, because you're going to work very hard right through the night. Okay? It's a wonderful, what's the title? Is it Ice Age or Titan? Titan of the Ice Age. I the preview of it is awesome, right? The way they use animation, it looks so real. The mammoth and the saber-toothed tiger, so you will enjoy it very much. Okay? So with that, I would also like to thank Mr. Daniel Tan, who is the Director on Exhibitions and in the exhibition group of the Singapore Science Centre. He has kindly agreed to open the ASEC 2012. Right? So with that, let me just sort of share with you the purpose of why we're having ASEC. Now, ASEC, as you know, is ASEC, right? So that stands for Asia. Now, you know Asia today is the giant that is waking up, and we know that Asia is going to be a very prominent player in the 21st century. Okay? So therefore, we have to make sure that the Asian countries start to bring in the new group of leaders. And secondly, when we start to look at science, as we know in science, science is the pursuit of tacit knowledge. Okay? Trying to understand the world that we live in. And from science, we find that there is another group of people who are the engineers and technologists. So the engineers, they actually apply some of this knowledge and to put it into explicit knowledge of engineering and technology. So that's where we know that the future in any civilization, science has played a big part. And increasingly, engineering and technology today is really moving very, very fast. Now, thirdly, we have E, which is entrepreneurship. Okay? And we know entrepreneurship is a process. It's a process of collectively bringing innovation and creativity, okay? By adding value, making products that adds value to society. So it's not just making the products and sell and make money, but actually also, in addition to creating the wealth, they also bring in the adding value to society. So with science, on one side, if science alone on its own, without entrepreneurship, then there's no benefit to the society. So that's where we bring in together science and entrepreneurship, right? Now, the other part is challenge. The challenge for you guys are the young leaders. And as young leaders today, you will be the leaders of tomorrow, right? And we know that the world is changing so fast that the new leaders in your generation will not be able to just follow what the current leaders or the past leaders are doing, because the environment is different. So you will be a group of young leaders who will be leading from the emerging future, because we do not know what it's going to be. It's going to be a future that is not going to be the same as what it was during the industrial age. So we have passed the industrial age, right? We are moving into the age of what we call an emerging future, something that will come up. So where we need to address this with the young leaders is to bring in the qualities of these 4 areas of entrepreneurship, Asia, science, and the challenge is for you to bring these ingredients together and be able to start to come out with something that is different. Okay? So which means that you people, the young leaders, have to start to build this collective leadership. So it's not only one leader that is able to handle the world situation or Indonesia or Singapore. Right? So I encourage you that this is a fantastic opportunity for you people to start to build this network. Okay? Because 10 years, 20 years from now, because you build the network in ASEC, you could pick up a phone, one of you could be a minister or president or whatever it is, and you find that it's so easy, right? So you could be the president of Indonesia one day, right? And also perhaps Vinod would have certain things, he may be the defense minister of Singapore, or, right? And the phone call would just be wonderful. And of course you're connected to the bigger community of Asia, from people from Malaysia, from Japan, and also from Guam. All right, okay? So take this as an opportunity. But most important, remember that we want you to have fun, okay? And enjoy it. Because when you start to have fun, the fun, F-U-N-D, the money starts to come in. Okay? So not to look at the fun, because when you look at the F-U-N-D, there's always not much fun, right? Stress. So if you have fun, you will get the fun coming in. I guarantee you for that. Okay? So with that, I wish you all the best of luck in the next 24 hours before you receive the challenge, which will come from Johannes Surya's University, Surya University from Indonesia, and just enjoy yourself, okay? So with that, may I invite Mr. Daniel Tan from the Singapore Science Center to address us.
Thanks, Dr. Ben. Yeah, actually it's nice to hear from Dr. Ben on the aspect of ASEC. But firstly, on behalf of the Science Center, which is hosting Mission Control this year, again, say good morning and welcome to the Science Center, and welcome to Singapore, to our friends from Indonesia, and also welcome to those online from Malaysia, Guam, and Japan. And before we go into ASEC proper, I would also highlight that we are very happy that ASEC this year is also part of the bigger event that we are running across the whole island, the Singapore Science Festival. And this is incorporating almost 50 different organizations in Singapore to help promote science and technology through all kinds of events. And ASEC is one of the, to me, it's one of the key events for the festival. Not just because it is involve international participation, which is important, but also really the ideals and the ideas behind the event. And that's what makes it very important to us, and that's why the center has been involved since 2009, and we continue to be involved because we believe in the value of this competition. Dr. Ben mentioned the various aspects of what ASEC stands for, and it has been a key part of what has made us successful, what has driven our economy to what it is today, and we see it as a key component going forward as well. Because nowadays there are a lot of kids going into finance, going into banking, going into marketing and all that. They are like my CEO says, they are wealth managers. They are managing the wealth that is out there. But with basic research, with basic technology, with basic ideas to solution, you are wealth creator. You are creating the next generation of ideas that will create wealth, not just for yourself, but for your country. If you look at Microsoft, you look at Apple, how much of money flows into the US because of what they have created. So similarly, it can be the same for all of us. Any of our countries, like Dr. Ben said, Asia is waking up, and I think it is science and technology is a key component of it. But science and technology alone can't move it. You might have the best solution, you might have the best idea. There needs to be a strong business-savvy, entrepreneurial spirit that you can see in someone like Bill Gates, someone like Steve Jobs. It's not just the technology that they are pushing at that time, but they know how to make things happen and know how to change the world in many sense. So that's why we think that this competition is so important, because it's marrying both. It's not one or the other, but it is highlighting the importance of both. And we hope that through this competition, you will get to appreciate the importance of that and move and keep that thought with you as you move on. The other two things I thought that is important is in coming up with, in addressing the challenge, there is a need for creativity. And it is through the young people that we hope to have a different viewpoint that can come out, that you can come up with ideas that none of us have ever thought of before. Richard Branson said that he is daily looking for people with new ideas, and that to him is more important than anything else. And you should also be going out there and looking at problems try and look at things with new perspective. Bring in all your ideas and not be afraid to try them out, which is why this competition is important, because it gives you an opportunity to try your wild ideas without the fear of failure. And I think the underlying, the last point which I felt why the competition is we feel that it's important is really why are we doing all this for? Like what Dr. Ben said, you be the future leaders of the world. But at the end of the day, it's beyond just making money for ourselves. But if you find the meaning behind it, if you are in a business or in whatever ideas or technology or your own interest, you first must have a strong passion and really like what you are doing. Then it will lead to other things. So if you have fun, the funds will come. And that is very, very true. And you can see it in a lot of the big companies as well. And you see that Gates has the Gates Foundation, Virgin Group has Virgin Unite and things like that. There has to be a strong sense of the community and civil society. And that is why we feel that this competition is why we can align so much with it, because the problems that you solve are normally and we usually tie back to the global issue and global problem. So that's something that I hope you will remember through this experience, as to not just coming up with a solution, but for the betterment, but looking at the betterment of mankind. So on that note, I would say that's why the center is so happy to be a part of this, as well as we also like to thank the other people who feel the same way as us, especially the sponsors, Barco Air, SMU, the Singapore Management University, United in Diversity, Presencing Institute Asia, and all the supporters that we have for ASEC. And we are excited about this. We hope that you will have a great experience, but on top of that, we hope that through the continuous support of our sponsors and all the organization, we will grow this competition to have more of the countries involved and to share in this unique experience with more people. So on that note, I'd like to just quote Steve Jobs, who said that the ones who think that they are crazy enough to change the world are the ones who do. So I hope that after this experience, it will not be the end of you thinking in this way, but you'll carry this with you and go out there in your schools, in your life, to think about how you can change the world as we know it, because we know that each of you has the capability to do that. And with that, I wish you good luck in the competition, and I'm sure you'll have a very fruitful experience. And we'll declare the challenge open, and good luck to everyone.
Thank you, Daniel. That was great. I want to just add a couple of things that the trophies for this year, ASEC 2013, is been kindly donated by Lego, right? And Lego has given the trophy, which doesn't have, you cannot even buy that Lego trophy. It's made of Lego blocks. We'll show it later, right? So the winning trophy is donated by Lego. Am I correct, Lensu? Lego is something that you cannot even purchase, right? Sponsored by Lego. So that's going to be really exciting to see, because Lego is fun. Okay? So with that, it's almost 10 o'clock. We will start to prepare for the online live feed on the challenge that will be given from Jakarta, Indonesia. And one last word before we move on is that you guys are going to be the alumni of ASEC for 2014, and I believe that it's going to be bigger because of the alumni. All right, and we have seen this very clearly in all institutions. It's the alumni that makes the institution great. So I believe it's the alumni of ASEC that will always make ASEC to go on a higher level of work. So next year you will have more fun with a new group. So you are the alumni after you finish this ASEC. Okay. So with that, we can start to technology. Was it going to start soon? No. We have another 10 minutes, right? Right, in 10 minutes time, so Japan will tune in, so will Malaysia and Guam. Okay? So in the meantime, just relax. I know you are kind of tense to see what the challenge is going to be about. Right? Take a deep breath, walk around, feel relaxed, and we'll gather back here at 10 o'clock to hear the challenge. Okay? All right, so please. Thank you, Daniel.